Samuel to be king over Israel, man, because he wasn't the first pick, even in Samuel's eyes. Samuel was thinking it was some of David's brothers, man. But the Lord, YAHAWASHI, was dealing with him because would say he looked upon the inside, man. You got that?
Yeah, it's when Saul sent for him.
Go ahead. This is when Samuel went to anoint him. Yeah.
They found him.
Yeah, son.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, just start at 1, man. We can go to 1 Samuel 16, man.
This is 1 Samuel 16 and 1. It says, and the Lord Yahawah said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel?
Right. So you gotta understand, King Saul, he was that guy, man. He was the guy. In terms of Israelites, everybody liked him. But the thing is, he transgressed against YAHAWASHI, man. You know what I'm saying? He had commandments to slay all the Edomites and everything of their possessions, man. But it didn't go down like that. He wanted to keep some treasures and make a sacrifice to YAHAWASHI, man. That's why the scriptures say rebellion is as sin as witchcraft. So just by doing that got him out of there. But like I said, he was the man. Niggas was dick riding him, man. Niggas loved him.
And on top of that, he consulted a witch.
Yep.
Shit, Korah, Dathan, and Abraham, they was popular among the congregation.
Yep. Yeah.
They had followers behind them.
I think he said it was renowned men.
Yeah. Like Sakari, them niggas are popular as hell, bro.
Yeah, they is.
That's a good account too, because when Saul, when David messed up, he got a contrite heart. He repented and was sorrowful. When King Saul messed up, man, he waxed worse. He consulted witches. He started getting angry and trying to kill David. You know, so they were just two different manner of men.
Trying to be over righteous, man.
Right.
All you got to do is follow the instructions to the T. Keep going.
It says, verse 2, and Samuel said, how can I go? If Saul hear it, he will kill me.
Right.
And the Lord Yahawah said, take an heifer with thee, and say, I am come to sacrifice to the Lord Yahawah.
Right.
And call Jesse to the sacrifice. And I will show thee what thou shalt do, and thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee.
Right. So it's about to be a replacement going down, man. Go ahead.
It says, and Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming.
Hey, and you see at verse 1, Samuel was kind of down about what King Saul had did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he kind of had a liking to him. But hey, even Samuel had to humble down and say, you know what, I ain't gonna be no dick rider, man. I'm gonna do what the Lord tells me to do. Go ahead.
Right. It says, they trembled at his coming and said, comest thou peaceably? And he said, peaceably.
Hey, let's deal with that, man.
Yeah, he said they trembled at his coming.
Read that part again.
Which is why you niggas supposed to be shook that you see the prophets out here.
Yep.
Right? This actually, seeing us out here means a great omen to you people.
Yes.
And they understood that back then. That's why it says they were trembling. Trembling is when you shake, when you're so fucking scared, you shake uncontrollably.
Yeah,
right.
Usually like when you see a prophet, that's not good.
Yeah.
Usually if you see a prophet, Most High raise up a prophet, that means it's bad coming.
Right.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit.
He was the top guy in the land.
Yeah.
And Bethlehem was kind of a humble town where they raised sheep and stuff.
Yeah.
So you saw Samuel roll up, you like, oh damn.
Like what the fuck? Like who went off?
Yeah, we good? We good?
They understood prophecy. They understood the scriptures. They understood the history of the prophets and what they came to do and what they said and what was the outcome.
Right.
So that's something you Americans fail to see.
Yeah.
But that's all right. You're gonna be caught off guard.
Niggas wasn't trembling when Kevin Samuels pulled up, man.
Right. It says verse 4, it says, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming.
Read up again.
This is verse 3, and called Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show thee what thou shalt do, and thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee. And Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, comest thou peaceably? And he said, peaceably. I am come to sacrifice unto the Lord. sanctify yourselves and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons and called them to the sacrifice. And it came to pass when they were come that he took Eliab and said, surely the Lord Yahweh's anointed is before him. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth.
Right.
For man looketh on the outward appearance,
Yeah.
but the Lord Yahweh looketh on the heart.
And that's one thing Jake has to learn, man. Jake has to learn. Hey, if you don't get it, you know, if the Spirit don't have you open up to it, you just gonna learn death by pain, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Lord willing, we be elect, we not gonna stop coming out, man. And we not gonna put on suit and ties to appeal to you niggas, man.
Right.
We not shooting no damn music videos. And we ain't wearing no fucking fitteds while we prophesying, so you niggas feel more comfortable with the message, man. See what I'm saying?
That's a weak ass excuse. That just be, you know what, man? I'm gonna say it like this, man. Look, this is just cut and dry, man. You Israelites out there, hey, the Most High finna start killing a lot of you now,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
You ain't right, the Most High is gonna put you to death. Hey, Sakari, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI is gonna put majority of your congregation to death, man, right? Including you. You ain't gonna make it, man, all right? You a demon.
Simple and plain.
I gotta put a hat on to make these. Fuck, make it. Hey, wait a minute. Then it's good to say cry loud, spare not. So I gotta put on a bit of hat just to get a nigga that ain't right anyway. Half the niggas you dealing with ain't gonna be right.
Man.
Put a hat on, bro. Nah, nigga, you just ashamed of that fucking that GXL screen forehead, man. Looking like a fucking IMAX screen with no resolution, nigga.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Hey, but that's what it is, man. Cause Jake go off images. You gotta listen to the words. You gotta listen to the message, and you also gotta listen to the spirit. What's the spirit of this man saying, man? Cause when we saw the apostles, we could have been like, oh man, these just crazy old men. Just kept clicking.
Yeah.
But the spirit had our ears to open and be like, you know what? They actually making sense.
Shit.
You know
I
what
was
I'm saying?
blown away by the message. I'm like, damn.
Right.
They was rough. They was like, I'm like, they was cussing and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. I'm like, damn, they talking real.
Right.
I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Shit, I feel like that. I feel like they feel.
Yeah.
What has been my whole life?
Yeah. It was captivating, man. Cause you got it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when I first heard the apostles, man, my flesh wanted to be like, buck up against it. But like I just kept thinking about it. I just couldn't. Nothing I could think of could disprove it, man.
Yep.
And so I started looking up shit, trying to find out holes and shit. I never could, man.
Yep.
You come to the conclusion, man, that
This is it.
this is it, man.
Yeah.
So, cause some jakes are here, they'll be some jakes they fight against, like the Church of Berea. They didn't just take Paul's word; they searched
searched
things
the
out,
scriptures,
man. You know. Now I was particularly one of them brothers, man. I was like in my spirit, I'm like, man, I just kept looking and it can't be debunked, man.
Yeah, bro, same shit.
You can't do it.
I looked up everything they were saying, bro, like to the point it scared me. I'm like, man, I ain't ready. The Lord was calling my ass, bro. Like, I kid you not. Like, because when I first came around, I ain't really know. I was like, man, I don't know about this shit. It's too real. And I'm like, I ain't ready to get out my folly yet.
Right.
But one day it was literally like this, like a knock on the door. It was like, something was like boom, 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 boom. And the spirit said, you need to go back around them brothers, man. You know?
Right, and you could have, cause you came in through the train ministry. Right? You could have been like, man, these some crazy dudes on the train with Bibles.
I thought that.
You know,
I thought that, man. I got their number and shit like that, man. And I was looking, I'm like, they had these big beards. I'm like, man, these dudes may try to fucking hack me up or something. But the spirit was so overwhelming. I was like, I'm gonna see what these guys talking about, because they do make a lot of sense. And I was studying the scriptures heavy then, because I was trying to find the truth. And then the Lord, bam, he hit you when you don't even expect it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting to run into the prophets or men of the Lord on a train.
Right.
Shit, as far as I know, I thought I was a man of God. I didn't know what a man. I just thought a man of God was just somebody that believed the doctrine and tried to do the right thing. I was trying to keep the laws to the best of my ability, because I knew you're supposed to keep the commandments. I thought you go to church on a Saturday and shit. I was looking for people to fellowship with on a Saturday. That shit was off, but I was trying shit, and the Lord like, there you go.
That's why the word is like living waters, man.
Yeah.
No matter how much, or no matter how many questions you have, all you gotta do is just keep reading, man. And the answers will come forth, man. I've gotten different perspectives on the same thing before. Read the same scripture, got three different understandings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Yeah, kind of. This is I'm gonna read verse 7 again. It says, "But the Lord Yahawah said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord Yahawah seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." Then Jesse called Abinadab, and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, Neither hath the Lord Yahawah chosen this.
All right, so what's going down now is that Samuel is going through Jesse's sons, and he's waiting for the Spirit to confirm who's going to be the next king. You see? So he already went to Abinadab. Keep going.
It says, Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by, and he said, Neither hath the Lord Yahawah chosen this.
Right? He ain't it.
And again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel.
7. Keep going.
And Samuel said unto Jesse, The Lord Yahawah hath not chosen these.
Right. So, so something is up, because the Lord commanded him to go and find somebody. So if it's not him, it's got to be somebody, right? Go ahead.
It says, And Samuel said unto Jesse, Are here all thy children?
Right.
And he said, There remaineth yet the youngest.
Y'all know who Jesse is, right?
Yeah.
Father of David, yeah.
Yeah, son of Obed, son of Boaz, grandson of Boaz. He said, There remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep.
He keepeth the sheep. So peep this, man. David wasn't even in the conversation. They weren't even considering, oh yeah, it's him.
Right.
Go bring him. Nah, he brought his oldest 7 sons. He said, all right, pick which one you want, man.
Right, and that's the spirit of it. That show you how the Lord always dealt with the underdog, bro. Because ain't nobody banking on us to win, bro. Like I remember, bro, like back in the day, like we'd play ball and shit like that, bro. But sometimes I wouldn't even get picked up. Motherfuckers like, y'all sleep on cuz right there, bro. You on the court and dumb, but motherfuckers, they would never pick me up because I was short. They ain't think I could play the game, you know what I'm saying? You know, they always overlook Jake. That's the same thing they did there.
Right. Hey, that's you. Hey, you could carry that thing with a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
When Jacob come up to the camp, we don't automatically write him off. You know, we do something called try their spirit to see if it's really of them. You know what I'm saying? Even if Esau come up, you know, sometimes Esau come up in the devil's spirit. We're all right, man, get the fuck out of here, man. But sometimes, hey, remember that a couple weeks ago, that guy that was just sitting right here? I didn't just write him off as Edomite. You know, he sat down just listening to the word for a minute. I automatically write him off as an Edomite, man.
He asked, he said, can I listen? I said, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, man.
Right, yeah. That's a spirit too, because the scripture, you go back to Jacob and Esau, and what did it say? The elder shall serve the younger. So that's the spirit of YAHAWASHI. That's how Samuel knew what it was. Like, where's the youngest? Where's the young? You know, the Lord likes to see young men. He wants us in the days of our youth.
Right.
And it's the spirit because he was what? Tending to the sheep. That's spiritual too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in that spirit, the Lord always dealt with the underdog, like Cain and Abel. Abel was the younger brother, Jacob and Esau. You got Ephraim and Manasseh. Who was the bigger blessing given to? The younger brother. You see what I'm saying? And so forth. And even YAHAWASHI was an underdog because it says he came what? Riding lowly upon a foal of an ass, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't, the scribes and Pharisees looked at him like, his own family looked down on him like, wait a minute, like, man, nigga, you little YAHAWASHI, you used to shit on yourself, bro.
Right.
Now you coming with this big Messiah kick. You the son of God now? Okay, I'm the son of God too. We all Israelites, but come on, nigga.
Right, yeah.
But his mother and Joseph and Mary knew already. His mother knew. That's why she, at the winter, what she do? She pulled him to the side. She said, hey, but look, son, we need more money. One of those girls. He like, woman, what I have to do with you right now? Like, bro. Like,
like, we ain't having fun, man.
You know?
And that's also the spirit too, that number 7 represents completion.
Yeah.
They went through 7 of Jesse's sons, man, and not one of them were
it. They wasn't qualified.
Yeah. So he went through a complete, and Jesse didn't even think of David. So all he offered him was his 7 sons. You know?
Right. And shit. Just to make a point on last point on that being a shepherd. Peter, who is King David in the reincarnation, he became the head shepherd after YAHAWASHI went to the spirit world, man.
Yeah.
So he fulfilled that lot.
Hey, what? And it proves that. What YAHAWASHI say? He said, hey, he asked Peter, said, he asked him 3 times. He said, do you love me? He said, okay, feed my sheep. And what is the shepherd of a sheep? A person that tills to the sheep.
Scriptures is deep, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, it says, and Samuel said unto Jesse, are these all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep.
Right.
And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither.
Right.
And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of a beautiful countenance.
Right, he was a little handsome, little smooth-faced boy. Okay, he had a little red. When he said ruddy, it ain't talking about he was a fucking Edomite, man.
Right.
Okay, like, you know, like my mother or my grandmother, she got a friend named Eddie. Every time he see me, he be like, what's up, Red? Like, he'll call you Red, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he was light skinned, he had fair skin, man.
Yeah,
right.
You know, like, I'm considered a ruddy, he's considered a ruddy brother. We all consider ruddy brothers up here.
Right. Yeah, in J community, you got something called red bones and yellow bones.
Yeah.
Because over a melanin, there's could be 2 colors.
Yeah.
There's like a yellowish undertone, and there's like a reddish undertone.
Look at
like
dirt.
His brothers have a reddish undertone.
Yeah.
I have a reddish undertone.
Yeah.
But I had chicks back in the world, man. They were straight up yellow.
High yellow.
High yellow.
So you had yellow and red, and what they call in the old English term, tawny. Tawny would be like the yellow bones, and ruddy would be like the red bones. But they're not completely red, and they're not completely yellow. Yeah. They're just tones of a melanated people.
I mean, it's still brown skin. Like Eddie, he's like, what's up, Red? He still call me that shit to this day, man.
Right, yeah.
So he wasn't no fucking cracker, man. For one thing, David was a Judite. How the fuck he gonna be a goddamn cracker, man?
Right. Yep. It says, and he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of a beautiful countenance, and goodly to look to. And the Lord Yahweh said, arise, anoint him, for this is he.
You know what's so cold-blooded about that shit though, bro? David was basically a little pretty, little handsome little dude, man, but he was a fucking killer though, bro. It beat him like the pretty boy nigga. You think can't throw hands. This nigga can fight.
Yeah, nigga fight bears.
Fight like what the fuck?
Lions and shit.
Like this, no beard. You know, he 9 feet was tall to us, but you know, his brothers probably was like 10 feet. You know, David had to be about 9 feet, bro, because Goliath had to be about 15, 20 feet. Yeah, the Philistines, they were a statue, but hey, his brothers had to be at least 10.5 feet over him, man. So they really couldn't consider. He was a little young cat, came in there, wet behind the ears and shit, probably used slang, you know, Hebrews, you know.
Right, yeah, like he did a humble profession too, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't a warrior, he was out there tending sheep.
Tending sheep,
one of the most mild jobs you can do.
Yeah.
Now, it's not as mild on as you might think, because you have to be able to fend off threats like bears and wolves and stuff, but you know, nevertheless, he wasn't this rambunctious guy.
But that's why I said he wrestled with bears, man. He wrestled with those for fun, man. Like, because I mean, think about it. Like, when you got sheep, you got coyotes, you got wolves, and I mean, animals then were 3 times big as they were now. Like, let's just say a pit bull is not a natural bred animal, but let's just say a German Shepherd. A German Shepherd would probably be the size of a fucking, like, at that time, a German Shepherd would be like like 2 mastiffs put together, man. That's a fucking mastiff dog is about 7 foot on its hind legs, man.
Right.
I'm exaggerating, but at least 6 feet.
Esau got something now. He can find a skull of something called a dire wolf. And a dire wolf is basically an older wolf, and it's huge. They're in fantasy now. Like if you watch Game of Thrones, the Starks, their animal was the dire wolf.
It's like a fucking lichen, bro.
These wolves are fucking huge.
Yeah.
But those wolves used to exist. They found skulls of these wolves. They're way bigger than a wolf that you see today.
Well, you saw that. You saw Underworld. You ever saw that show Underworld with Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah.
You had the fucking lichens, and you had the basically the lichens were like the werewolves and shit, which was Jake's, but nonetheless, the motherfuckers was like yay tall, man.
Right.
They was taller. They was bigger than the average human today.
Read that part again.
It says, verse 12, and he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and withal of a beautiful countenance, and goodly to look to. And the Lord Yahweh said, arise, anoint him, for this is he.
Right. So you gotta understand the background. Samuel went on a secret mission, really, to anoint a new king. Nobody knew this was happening. Nobody knew this.
Right.
So this is all going down while King Saul thinking that he's king. Thinking that he's the guy, man.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Because it wasn't brought up before the elders for real. It wasn't brought up through council for real. Only but a few select men.
It was a low-key thing,
Yeah.
man.
Right. That's why he had him getting a heifer under the guise of going to do a sacrifice.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So when you continue reading in the book of Samuel, it's setting up circumstances for David to be increased. You know what I'm saying? As we mentioned the whole Goliath battle, man. Because here we are, you know, the Israelites fighting against the Philistines. King Saul getting his ass kicked, man. Hey, like we said, everybody fuck with Saul. King Saul is that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he getting the Israelites killed out here, man. But who's the one that rises up to defeat the Philistines? King David, man.
Saul didn't want no smoke with Goliath like that. He didn't want no smoke with him like that.
Yeah, he in there, what do we do?
Like fuck that shit. He like, damn man, who gonna knock out Debo?
Right.
He was in that smoky spirit.
Yeah.
That's even worse because Saul was tall as hell, man. He's a foot taller than most men.
Right.
In Israel. He
Saul,
was a big ass bitch,
Saul,
man.
Saul was a fucking animal, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
Any nigga should have went throw hands with Goliath. It should have been his ass. You know?
Yeah, he could have prevailed. Yeah, he could have prevailed over there.
But
He was in the right
his
spirit.
mind, his faith wasn't there, man.
Yeah. Because King David was a man after the Most High own heart, man. He had that bravery and he had that boldness to not see him as a man, or you know, to see through him as a man. Because he knew that he worshipped the living power. He didn't give a fuck about no Goliath, man. That's why he talked shit to him before he killed him, man.
Yeah.
So it was this uncircumcised pussy. You called him, basically called him a bitch.
Right. So further on, eventually there is a war in Israel between the house of David and the house of Saul.
Bro, Salakia, but don't them stories hype you up though? Like you read into the war, like man, this is us we talking about, bro. Like we ain't got these fucking heathens out here, man.
That's right.
This world belongs to the Israelites, man. This is our fucking world, man. We leave these people fucking beneath us, man.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man.
No.
But what, you know, just to get that
Well, I got a precept,
get that house of David wax stronger and stronger.
I got one out
This book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 3, it says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." You know? So it's the underdogs, man. The people you least expect. And in society right now they're looking at us. We be the ones that you would least expect to be the future kings on earth. We out here in these rough garments, man. We ain't fucking millionaires out here.
No.
You know, we don't have all the clout. We don't have no fame, no rights. We don't have a gang of women around us and shit like that. So hey, when the Lord raises us up and give us that spirit, like King David, it's over with for these people, man.
Right.
They gonna know what to expect.
That's right.
I got a precept real quick. This is the book of John 7:24. It says, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." Judge righteous judgment, man. You can't look at this brother's out, man. He ain't no man of the Lord. Based on how he look. Now, if he's acting like a total demon, I mean, you know when a nigga ain't right by looking at him, but like if he's out here doing the work, you still got to get a man the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, you know, he may be a little off in this area, but you know, let's give the brother the benefit of the doubt. He's out here, he haven't fell off, so you know.
Yeah, because sometimes brothers do rub each other the wrong way.
Fuck yeah.
But it ain't about who we want, you know. It's about who the Lord wants.
Yeah, hey bro, trust me, man. Like one thing, bro, like me and the elder brother Tazawam from Wisconsin, we got the same testimony to a degree, bro, because you know, he's a younger Jake, bro, and like he was like the head of his camp, but by him being the youngest Jake, it was a point in time I was the youngest one in the camp, bro. You know, besides I'm one, but like when you dealing with older Jakes and shit too, a lot of times, man, they don't really respect your leadership because they feel like, well, man, you don't look the part. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody would just look at me and think that, oh yeah, this brother did something great. You know, they're just looking like they'll just write you off based on how you look and how you move. You know?
Yeah, they take experience in the world as credits that transfer over into the truth, and it just doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, like in school, you could transfer certain credits. And the experience you got in the world don't translate over into the truth.
Nah.
Start from scratch.
Yes.
Brother's been in the truth 5 years. You could be 20 years older than him. If he's got 5 years on you in the truth, your life experience don't trump that, man.
It don't.
You know?
No.
But precept.
Yeah, but before you get that, man, because we're explaining how the split came in Israel, because you have Israelites that weren't spiritual, that weren't seeing that King David was the anointed. Then you have once again, hey, the word of the day is dick riding. You have dick riding Jakes that wanted to be with the house of Saul just because he was that dude. You know what I'm saying? And he had things going for him, man.
Right.
You gotta look past all of that, man. Look out past the popularity, man. You gotta see who the Lord is dealing with, man. Go ahead.
Those Jakes ain't spiritual.
2 Samuel 3:1. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul.
Hey, this is war. This is war, man.
Right.
Jakes is dying over this. Jakes is dying over not accepting YAHAWASHI's anointed, man. And the same thing gonna come back today, man.
Bro, you just took the words out of my mouth. A lot of people, hey, this whole MOTB thing, it's a big division on it, bro. When they make that shit mandatory, bro, it's gonna be that's gonna happen. It's gonna be a distinction between the men of the Lord and everybody that's straddling the fence, man.
Right.
People gonna be really going up to council. What do we do? This thing is being made mandatory next week. What do we do?
Yeah.
Them guys at GMS had it right. So how can we come correct now?
Right. Yep. Hey, man, and it's gonna be niggas of your, people of your own nation trying to come after you, man. You know, Esau gonna send a fucking Jake assassin to kill you. Jake gonna kill you over Esau, man.
Right.
Hey, yeah, like in that movie Belly, had a bitch. She was on the ceiling. She came down and slit the nigga throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
This shit was smooth as hell.
Yeah, man. This is 2 Samuel 3:1. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger.
Yes.
And the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker.
Yep. It's because the Lord YAHAWAH was dealing with them, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, and Lord willing, we be we the house of David reincarnated, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We are those men when you read that. Because we acknowledging the true king being YAHAWASHI, man.
That's right, man.
Yeah. Some dudes want to make themselves on the level of YAHAWASHI, man.
Right.
Yohanan said he's second in command under YAHAWASHI.
Oh, you said he's second now?
No, he said
third.
he under YAHAWASHI.
Oh, well, he third. So basically he's saying he's King David.
Yeah.
Right.
But wait a minute. How can you be King David when King Masha was King David? Through faith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we believe that through faith because, I mean, the apostles gave a testimony on that. We don't know Masha personally, but hey, I believe it because it makes sense.
Right. And it's spiritual because they called that church the House of David. Then you had dudes coming up.
Oh, they was coming up against Mo. They was coming up against King Masha, bro. They kicked him out the school, try to overthrow him, man. You know, we ain't gonna speak on it because it ain't our business, but that's there, bro. But that show you who the house of Saul was. Yohanan them, all them niggas was in that, man. They wanted to get him up out of there.
That's right.
And then when he died off, man, who was at his side? Only the apostles, man. We wouldn't know them niggas ain't come to see Salakia, King Masha, man.
Yeah. That's it, man.
Yohanan, you do not have the spirit of King David at all, man.
Fuck nah, man.
Not one element of your spirit is like King
Hey,
David.
wait a minute, man. The Apostle Dar said if you're a prophet of the Lord, you ain't supposed to be more, he said that, hey, you eating fucking macaroni and cheese, fried chicken. I mean, we eat soul food, but like, dude, you morbidly obese, man. Right. Like, you're morbidly obese, man. Like,
yeah, he got the jump shot too.
Yeah.
Right.
So shit, man. You definitely ain't in no house of David.
And when did David leave his front man on a line to die, man?
Right.
He was at war out there. He didn't take no fucking breaks, man.
Right.
Nigga, you took a fucking 15-year break, bro.
Right.
So you ain't David. You ain't a man of the Lord.
It actually grieved David when he wasn't at the age to fight anymore, man.
Yeah.
He still wanted to be out there.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah.
Right.
But at a certain age, you become a liability out there, But that spirit was still in him to fight, man, with his men.
Because King David was fit for the kingdom.
Right.
The scriptures say any man to take his hand off the plow is not fit for the kingdom. So if you're going to take a 15-year break, you took your hand off the plow, dude. You ain't fit. How dare you declare yourself as being King David? King David would never do some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Kind. And when you read, hey man, even this, man, let's make this point. Even when King David had Saul going against him, he still didn't want to kill him, man.
Nah.
That's how honorable he was, man.
He had integrity.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I think it's like the Edomite that killed Saul. But one of them.
Saul died in a battle, him and his son. Because what happened was he went to the witch of Endor, the same demons he banished. He went and tried to disguise himself, and then he called Samuel from the spirit world, and Samuel basically cursed him out and said, "Why have you disquieted me from my rest?"
Right.
And he said, "Well, look, man, I need to know," because he said, "The Lord ain't answering me, man."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, okay, the Lord ain't answering. The fuck you want me to tell you, man? If the Lord ain't answering, it's because He ain't dealing with you." And he basically told him, he said, "Well, this day, you and your son, you're gonna die in the next battle, and they're gonna carry you, and they're gonna cut your fucking head off, man."
That's the spirit, man, because his son Jonathan was a mighty warrior.
Him and David was like this, man.
In that battle, Jonathan fell first.
Yeah.
So when your mighty warrior fall first, you already know it's about to be over.
Oh,
with.
Jonathan was his point man, bro.
Yeah.
And him and David was like this. That fucked David up when he died in the battle.
Yeah,
Like, man, what the fuck?
They said that their love for each other exceeded the love for women.
Yeah, and it ain't talking about no Momo shit, man. You got certain brothers like that, like you got that connection with, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you got brothers like that in the truth that just got that fucking connection, bro.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow. That's how like me and Arala, bro. Me and Arala, I ain't got to see Arala in 10 years, but when I come back around him, it's like that same fervency, man.
Yeah.
You know?
But the point I was making, I believe it was his son, man. But King David enemies, he didn't even want to kill him, man. King Saul, he had the opportunity to King Saul, but he still had reverence for him because he kind of came up under him, man.
That was his elder.
You niggas don't have that integrity, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Apostle Aram Lab is an old fool.
Oh. They said the apostles
We lost the oil. They said they lost the oil.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we lost the oil.
But hey, how we lose the oil when we out here dealing?
Right. Still.
And brothers are on fire, man. Like a person that lose the oil is when they start teaching the MOTB ain't the you know what.
Right.
That's when you losing. Like Nazariah, them niggas was losing oil. They were leaking, bro. They was like the 10 man in this bitch. They froze up.
Leaking.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, because hey, first thing they did away with this. That bro, when they did away with this,
biggest mistake,
bro. That's when the check engine light start blinking, man.
Yeah, you know your car starts sputtering.
Yeah. When that check engine light blink, you gotta stop. You gotta put it in a shop immediately, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she start blinking. That's it, man.
I'm seeing that white smoke.
That's it, man. But as we got in that precept, the house of David waxed stronger and stronger, man.
Yeah.
And that's regardless of the opposition, man.
Right.
Because there's members of King David's own family, King David's own sons came against him, man.
Right.
And he still waxed stronger and stronger, man. How much more us, man? How much more should we be waxing stronger when not only other Israelite groups, but wicked niggas, even members of your family coming up against you, man?
Man, bro.
Yeah, man.
Other brothers, man. That's gonna be another thing. That's where it's gonna hit home when brothers, you know, they start getting weak and scared. And Esau, man, when Esau find that kink in your fabric, bro, he gonna poke at that shit.
Right.
Oh, okay. Let's see what make you afraid, man. And then, man, dog, man, it's gonna be some. The times we coming in, it's gonna be some head spinning shit, bro. You just gotta pray that the Lord keep the spirit on us to keep our integrity, man.
Yeah.
Because you just never know, man, who to elect.
Yeah. And bro, that